Hello and welcome to the first episode of this series on my build of a 1994 Defender 90 300 TDI. Let's get stuck in. Right, so a quick walkthrough of what's going to be happening on this build. Currently, the fender is in this state. It's a better state than what it was in before. Previously, the chassis was rotten, shocks were knackered, bulkhead was rotten, bodged repairs, not ideal paint jobs. Now, well, we've got a Richard chassis, all sprayed, a nice gloss black, currently fitted on brick part heavy duty shocks and springs. They're the best budget shocks out there. As you can see, all the footwells have been done, seamed up, all the bulkhead has been repaired here, all new replacement panels. Replacement panels on the side of the seat box, and we've used the YLM replacement panel along the front of the tub. I have to say, a lot of work's gone into this in the past, well, couple months, but it's definitely well worth it. What have we got around here? Well, again, bulkhead all repaired. Replacement panels here, a little bit of filler work there, but no great shakes. Up along here, well, that was rotten as well. Wasn't necessarily a replacement panel, but some good welding. Some botched repairs have gone on in here in the past. It's obviously had a ding in the past, so somebody had put some replacement panels on the back. Some real nasty sort of hot rivets on as well, and about 5mm of filler. Not ideal, so it's all sanded back, wire brushed out, a nice 1mm thick layer of filler put on. Most of the sanding is pretty much done. We've got new wing sides here, sanded back to I think 320 grit with the DA sander. Give a real nice finish. So these are ready for I think etch primer. We're going to do first, along with the driver's side wing. Sides have been done as well, all sanded back. Left to do is the doors and the roof. And a real nice finish. Sanding back on the tub there. Again, 320 grit. So during the reassembly of this 90, there was quite a bit of rot. Driver's side outrigger was basically falling off. Where the gearbox mounts are, yeah, they were rotten too. Instead of replacing panels and parts, I thought, galvanised chassis, cannot go wrong. And while we had the chassis out, and the engine apart, and checking the clutch and everything, changed all the oils in the engine, gearbox, transfer box, and both the front and rear axles. These were rebuilt as well. And you can tell they're rebuilt, because we've had new vented, drilled and grooved discs with new calipers, only sprayed red to keep the rust off. So on this build, I think we're going to go for the sawtooth alloys with some chunky BF Goodrich tyres. They'll set the car off real well. Previously the car was sprayed in, well, I'm not quite sure what colour it was sort of a bluey purple. We're going to go with the Keswick green. We'll set it off real nicely. Black roof. We're going to stay with the green arches. I think that'll look well. Speaking of paint, this build is getting real close to it. Sanding has almost been done, which is the most tedious part in my opinion. Honestly, look at it. So aside from the fenders, we've also been fixing a few little cogs. Some of the teeth on here were quite worn, some were snapped off. So we've TIG welded some new material on. Still needs to be cleaned up quite a bit yet. These parts aren't made anymore, and they're quite old, at least 50 years old, so can't be made. Same with this gear here. Oh, this was welded here. These three teeth here. Also these three. These will be filed back and then meshed to the right shape. And hopefully should work quite well. Right, so that's a basic overview of what's going to be happening in these basically weekly vlogs, I think. I hope you've enjoyed so far. This is going to be the first episode of many that are going to come. The only way you can watch it is like and subscribe. See you in a bit.